Hello, welcome back. Now we have our card class, and I feel pretty good about that. We have greater than, and greater than also implies less than, so less than will work because we've defined greater than. We know how to print it out. We know what happens when we start it. Now we want to put these in a deck. So I'm going to make another class that's called deck. And when we initialize it, so when we start it up, it's going to call the init, and let's have it so we don't type in any values. So self, we always have that value first, but we're not going to have any other values we type in when we make a deck. But I'm going to keep track of a list in here, and so I'm going to have self deck equals just open and close brackets. All right, that's the start of it. So so that's going to be our what it's going to be initialized as. If we print it, REPR, let's just return the deck and return self.deck. I feel good about that. Now let's make a deck. Now this next part is the most interesting thing about the whole situation. Is now we're going to make a deck, and it is going to be made out of cards that we have already made. All right, so def, let's call this make deck. So just we're not going to call anything. We're just going to make a deck. For I in, it's going to pick from this list spades, clubs, hearts, and diamonds. So it's going to go through each of these first. And so first it's going to look at spades. And then I want it to make one of each spade. So I'm going to say for J in, and then I'm going to make another list, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace. All right, so we have all that stuff. So we need a colon at the end of that. So first it goes through spades, and then it looks at each of these. Then it goes to clubs and looks at each of those. And so what I want to do is I want to make a card. So and then I'm going to put it in the deck. So I'm going to say self.deck append. Appends putting it into that deck. I'm going to put in an object that's card, and I want it to be what goes in first, the suit and then the value. So the suit here is the I, the value is the J. So the I represent, so for I in these, so first the I will be spades and the J will be each of those, and so on. So I don't think we need to return anything, but let's return self.deck so we can see what happens. Like when we're making, here, I'm going to clear this out. So, so now run it, and I am just going to say deck. Hold on one second. I just noticed that when I return the self.deck, I forgot to turn it into a string. So now when I run this, I should move it up so you can see it. I'll run it again. All right, so now we have the playing cards, and then if I say deck, it just runs an empty deck. Oh, I gotta call it, let's make a game. Let's say war equals deck. And now if I say war.make deck, now it's got all of the cards in the deck. So now we populated a deck with all of the cards.